Hey guys, welcome in this new video. I hope that all of you are doing great. So in today's video we are doing a trade breakdown video about the USD yen trade that I closed earlier today. So if you like the trade breakdown series, make sure that you leave a like under this video so that way I know if you guys want to see more of these type of videos or not. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of my videos. I would truly appreciate it, and I'm sure that you can get a lot of value from watching those videos. So earlier today I posted that screenshot in my story where you can see that I basically closed the trade. Now it's not a very huge trade, it's not a trade that I made, incredible amount of profits, but it is still a very interesting trade, I believe, because it will teach you a lesson about wave theory, which is how I trade. So we will see that in the video, and when I get into the chart I will show you guys what you can basically learn from that specific trade. So before we actually jump into my chart, I want to show you guys the prediction that I did about that trade in the weekly review. So I will run the clip right now. Okay, USDN, this has many possibilities on how it can develop. So last week, so we're still in this correction, I think, first of all. I don't think that this is all the correction and that it's going down. It's, as you can see, it's just not really going. So the way I'm looking at this is that this is your first wave, your second wave, and you're coming back up for a third wave. And you see here that we actually have an impulse here. So if you get a flag here, then this could be a good trade for upside. So as you saw, I predicted that whole move basically perfectly because it did exactly what I expected. Now I know that I will get that question either in the comment section or on my DMs, so I will answer it right now. What is the weekly review? Well, basically the weekly review is a 30 minutes long video that I post every Sunday on the Reversal Master website. Reversal Master is my trading course that I've created, and this is where I teach my students how to trade. So if you would like to know more about the course in itself, how you can join us and learn and trade with us, well, all the info are in the description. You just have to click the link of the website and it will redirect you to the website, and you will find all the information there on how you can basically join us, like I said, and get access to the weekly reviews as I always do them every single week. Alright, so enough talking, and let's jump on my chart and let's look at this USD yen trade that ended up as a good trade. Okay, so we are now on my chart and we will take a look at this USD yen trade. So first of all, as always, let me show you guys where was my entry, my stop, and my target. So my entry was right here, as you can see. My initial stop loss was under here. I'll come back to that later, why it was there and why I basically got out of the trade with the stop loss around here. And then after, my target was way above that. Because we had a possibility of going much higher on the daily time frame, but when I exited the trade I saw that it was actually not doing that. So that was my entry, like I said. Now if you remember what I've just showed you guys in the weekly review, a little clip of me predicting what will happen on the USDN, well, you remember that we were around here. I said that okay, we would get a correction here and then continue upside, which is exactly what happened. Now there are many reasons why this prediction was made and why it was so accurate. I cannot go into so many details of the structure because it will just the video will be like 10 hours long. But here the point here that I want you guys to understand is that when you understand and when you have the knowledge about how structure develops and those patterns, well, you can make forecasts like that pretty accurately. And so what happened after that? Well, basically, like I said, we got this correction, we broke out, and when we broke out, I took the trade here. That was my entry. My stop was under the correction. Why? Well, it's because when we were around these levels, it was pretty clear that this correction was over. And so if the price would have dropped lower the correction, then it means that we would have been making another structure and not what I was expecting, which is why my stop was there. Remember that the stop loss is always there to basically cover your position if you are wrong about the forecast, right? And after that, like I said, my target was way above. I did not have a specific target when it comes to the level I wanted to exit, because I was waiting to see what the price action would do. And like I said, we had the possibility of this going much higher or stop around these levels and go back down, which is why I closed the trade, because I think that it is what they are actually doing right now. So let me show you the overall market as well, where we are. Let's go on the daily first of all. So you see on the daily that we are basically trying to break out of this correction. It's still not clear whether it's actually breaking out right now, because it could also go much lower and make another daily low here before we see the upside. But basically, either we see a long-term downside here, or that we actually continue for the next impulse up right here. So those are the two main possibilities that I'm looking at. You know, those long-term forecasts don't really have a significant impact on the trade that I take on a daily basis, but they're still very good to know, to, you know, just have more information about the general trend and the general place of where the price is on the market. So if we come back to the 1 hour, what happened after that I took the trade? Well, nothing very complicated. I took the trade here, it continued upside. We made another correction here, which you know, did not stress me at all, because, you know, it was just very clear that it was also continuing upside, since we did not have any sell setup. So we got the correction, another up, another correction, another up, another correction, and another up. Now, when we got around these levels, I moved my stop, which is the purple line right here. I moved it under this correction right here. So my stop was there initially. After, when we got around these levels, I moved it to break even here, and when we got around those levels, I moved it around here, because I wanted to secure some profits if it would actually reverse, which is what happened, and this is the reason why I got out of the trade, the main reason, put it that way. So we got this correction, upside, another correction, upside. And so when we actually broke out of the correction, here you can see that we have a very small breakout, but it is still considered as a breakout. So when we have that breakout, well, we knew that the possibility of this actually going back down was very high, and that was the main and first possibility that I was ever looking at about that structure overall here. And so when we actually, after that, broke the top, we reversed, we broke the trend here, as you can see, and we even broke the low of the correction. Well, this is where I simply got out of the trade with a great profit. So that is the main reasons why. And now, well, like I said, I am expecting that this could actually go back down and even much lower if this turned out to be actually the structure that I am thinking they're actually doing here. So that was pretty much it for the trade breakdown of this USDN trade. We saw where I took the trade, my stop, my target, why I moved, and how I moved my stop as well, where I got out of the trade. We basically saw everything that you guys needed to know about that trade. And the last, let's say, you know, lesson, if I can say it like that, that I want to share with you guys right now is the one that I said before. And that lesson is, well, when you see here we have a breakout, right? You see here that that was the low. We got this, you know, start of correction, and we have a breakout right here. Now, just because we have a breakout, and when I say a breakout in that situation, I mean that the candle goes lower than this level right here. So just because we have that does not mean that the market is already going down for, you know, a long-term downside or whatever. It just because of the fact that the candle goes below the level does not mean anything. And as you can see here, it's a good example, but it happens very often times. You see that the candle went lower than the previous low, but it's still reversed, and it still made a very nice up move, which you could have took, you know, a trade on. So, and here, by the way, I just saw this, we have the exact same situation. You see we have a one up move, we have a down move, we break the low. Well, just because of the fact that we break does not mean that we are already going downside. And here, as you can see, we came back up. So that is the main lesson that should be taken care of, let's say it like that, in this specific video, is that you guys understand that just because of the fact that we break a low, or we break it up, or we break anything, it doesn't mean that the market is going to continue one way or the other. We need more information. You need more information than that to predict what the market is doing. It's not just about breaking a level or not breaking it that will determine the next movement. There is much more that has to be taken in context and in consideration to be able to make a valid forecast. So that was the lesson I wanted to share with you guys, which is why I also did this trade breakdown video. So that was the trade breakdown of the USD. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching once again. I hope that it helped you and that you learned something from it. If you did, please share this video with another trader, because keep in mind that if it helped you, then it's likely to help another person, right? So it's best for everyone if you actually just share the video. It will help me as well, and I would truly appreciate it. And you can also help a friend by doing that. All right, so thank you for watching once again, guys. Take care, trade with care, manage your money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.